All right, so judo is really hard, right? And if you're measuring yourself doing randori against someone, how many times you throw them, it's going to be a very low-scoring game. It's like soccer. You watch the whole freaking 90 minutes and it's 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, right? And then so when you're playing this game of throwing and then maybe you're not as good, you're not throwing anybody. Round after round, you're getting smoked, you're getting slammed, you're not throwing anybody. So you have to see sort of these little mini goals that are there, small wins that can sort of translate to the big throws, that can give you sort of this feedback of like, hey, I am improving. For instance, getting dominant position. Getting dominant position or having good legitimate attacks. In Jiu-Jitsu and BJJ, there's advantages. So you almost pass somebody's guard, almost go for an armbar. So if you're going with a strong black belt in the room, you could almost go for an armbar, almost sweep someone and be like, hey, that was an advantage. That was a win in my book, right? And maybe if you watch two guys who are relatively evenly matched in the room training, there may be no submissions. Maybe 0-0. Maybe 1 submission to 0 submissions. But they keep track of points a lot of these times, right? I passed this guy's guard, I swept him, and these little wins keep you engaged in the game, right? Because you're working towards something, and the more passing things you could get into better position, or the more you can sweep out of bad positions, the more likely you are to get the ultimate goal of submission. And same thing with judo. If you're just looking at ippons, if you're just looking at pure takedowns, you may not get so many if you're intermediate beginner level, right? But being in dominant position and feeling it, right? Almost throwing someone, chaining together a couple of different techniques, right? Applying like effective transitions to newaza and then having this like, oh, I almost got it, and being okay with that, knowing that it's gonna lead to bigger throws down the line, that's where the magic happens, and that's where I think you will make the most improvement, right? So stay engaged, keep training.